Greetings, Patrick here. Welcome to the House of Horrors. I know, right? It's like, wait a minute, that's not the House of Horror, guys. That's where's Stephen? Where's Echo? Um, well, uh, both of those gentlemen are sick. That's right. Not only one of them was sick, but both of them are sick. Hey, Lady Valerie, how are you? Awesome. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. I know we're starting. Generally, the House of Horrors starts at 8 o'clock. But we pushed it back to 10. And Katie will join us shortly, and she'll also be one of the co-hosts. Hey, Jaden, how are you? It's Phil from Phil's Creepy Vids. Um, so yeah, we're here to talk. We're here to do the show today. House of Horrors episode 146. 146. Um, and of course, it's like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And I thought that maybe we could talk a little bit about David Soul a little bit, who passed this week. I know it seems like David Soul, isn't he more like a Starsky and Hutch kind of guy? And you would be right. That's where he was. He definitely made his star turn on Starsky and Hutch. But don't forget, he also co-starred in Salem's Lot. In fact, even today, still an extremely effective horror miniseries that came out in 1979. David played Ben Mears and headed an all-star cast on that series. Ran for two nights on CBS. I caught both. I watched that as a kid, and that thing was creepy as hell. That it was not your normal thing that you would see on network TV at the time. Oh, it's the mighty Casey in the house. What's going on, mighty Casey? And of course, the master of the House of Horrors is in the chat as well. Um, Stephen, how are you? Hopefully, you're feeling better. Um, so we'll talk about a little bit about that, and we'll see what else we can dig up here on the House of Horrors tonight. I don't know what's on the agenda. I know there's a brand new movie that came out this weekend that everybody's been covering called Night Swim. So far, I've heard mixed reviews from that. Some people have said it's really, really good. Some people have said really, really bad. I myself, I myself, um, it's the 6th of January, right? Brand new, spanking new year. And I already have might have watched the worst movie I'm going to see this year already. I watched a movie called 65th. I I can't see anything getting worse than that. And there is Echo. Echo is not feeling very well. And we'll also have to give a shout out to Echo. He started his new series, retrospective series on the syndicated series War of the Worlds, which started in 1988 and played on syndication. And it only ran for 2 years, but it was a really fun show. And Echo has the entire series, and he decided that he's going to watch and review the series, which I think is rather outstanding. I think it's awesome. To tell you the truth, I love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm not the only one, because the last I looked, over 250 people also enjoy the idea of having a classic TV show called being looked over, being retrospected. I think it's great. I I gotta get off my ass and do a series like that. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have the whole series for that. I would have loved to join Echo in the covering that. I was very excited, and when he told me that he was thinking about it, I'm like, you can't think about it, you got to do it, because what a great idea. What a great idea. And congratulations to Echo for launching a kick ass series. I'm not sure, maybe you can tell us in the chat um, which day of the week it's going to come out on. Will it come out on every Monday or Tuesday? I don't know. But the first one is up already. I highly recommend going over there and giving it a watch or a listen. Plus, give them a thumbs up. If you heard about the show here, tell them that Cheetah sent you when you drop a comment. All right. Well, like I said, Katie will be here shortly, and she'll be joining us as well. Hey, Anthony, how are you? I saw your library. I saw, and I got your address too. So I will be sending you out Sahara this week. Definitely will be doing that. I saw your library haul. Your library is dropping some good stuff. I'm very impressed with your library. Anthony has been doing a library hall videos now. His library also sells movies, and Anthony has been buying a lot of really cool stuff there. His library has been dropping some really good movies. In fact, he's dropping better movies as far as on the library level than mine is. He got to pick up the Meg 2, The Trench. I have not seen that come across on my library yet. In fact, I have not done a library haul for the last 3 weeks because, simply put, there just hasn't been anything to drop. Um, at Christmas, it was it was bone dry. Then last week was bone dry as well. And hopefully, hey, greetings, Timothy. How are you? How are you? Hopefully this Tuesday we'll start seeing some people donate some fresh movies in. Hopefully the library will be among those who are dropping some discarded copies of current hits. Um, so yeah, so I know a lot of people have done their top. Oh well, before we do that, let's talk a little bit. And hey, Reed, how are you, sir? How are you? Glad you guys are here. I didn't think anybody would be here tonight because we started so late, and this is such a last minute thing. I got a call from Stephen about 6 o'clock, and Stephen and I are good friends, and he said he needed some help, and so we're always eager to help him out. And then when I heard the Echo was off duty as well, with being sick, well, he knew he had to go up. I do want to say thank you everybody here in the chat for a great week on Eight Questions with. We got to interview Spider Dabrowski from Down Below on Thursday, and then we followed it up with an interview from with Peter Castro from Bayview Entertainment. Um, I really, really hope that you guys go watch both those shows. Spider is a rising director, screenwriter. He's already got one movie called Teardrop that you can check out on Tubi. Ben down below will be coming out later on this year. It's in post production now, and of course Peter Castro. He works for the film distributing company Bayview Entertainment, and they distribute a lot of films out, including Skinner Morenik was one of the films, and as well as Robot Monster. And it was really rare to get a chance to talk to someone who works at a distributing company. They're not very camera. They're not. They like to be staying behind the scenes. They're not very in front of the camera type people. So I'm very grateful again for Peter to come out and talk to us. Let's see. Let's see. I am going to be dropping a new Dollar Tree video on Monday. I am reviewing Justice League, The New Frontier. That will be coming out on Monday. Let's see. Echo mentions that each episode will take a while to do. You have to watch the show and then research it. Yep. So every other week, it looks like it might be a new episode of War of the Worlds, which is really quite, honestly, that really works for me. That works for me, and because it'll stretch it out. And I really and I'm still looking like a fiend for the first season. I found the second season at my library. My library delivered the second season. That's why I got really excited when Echo had mentioned that he had gotten a season of the show, and I'm like, man, that's so cool. Um, let's see. So he is looking for a uh, are you not? Are you? I thought you were going to do a retrospective on the whole series. I thought you were going to go episode by episode. Maybe I misread that. Oh my gosh! If you're trying to do a series a week, wow, that will be a daunting task. That will be a daunting task. Now, speaking of David Soul, speaking of David Soul, um, I grew up when I was a '70s kid. So I grew up and I watched Starsky and Hutch. Starsky and Hutch came out on Tuesday nights on ABC. That was Channel 7 in Los Angeles for us. And it starred David Soul, Antonio Vargas as Huggy Bear, Bernie Hamilton as the captain, uh, uh, David. Let's see. Let me see. I want to get this right. Um, let's see. I want to get this. David. I think David Michael Glazer. Right. Yeah. What was really sad about that was the show ran for 4 years. It ran for 4 years. It could have ran more. Both the gentlemen at the time, they really shot both of them to stardom when they came out. Uh, uh, Glazer and Soul had done episodes of TV up to that time. Um, episodic TV. Cutting their chops. David Soul had actually appeared in Magnum Force with Clint Eastwood. He was one of the motorcycle cops. So he was just cutting his teeth out. He was just cutting his teeth. But he, of course, when he passed away, he was 80 years old. It's sort of hard to think about that when you see him when you see him on the show. They were so young. Um, but so he started his film career in 1971. He played in a movie called Johnny Got His Gun, and then he went over and did Magnum Force in 1973. Um, and then of course he did Salem's Lot in '79. Um, Salem's Lot was, like I said, that movie. Paul Michael Glazer. Thank you so much, Peggy. Yes. And now Paul Michael Glazer, for a long time, his wife overshadowed. He had a wife, and Elizabeth, who was really the very first major. I guess even though she really was a celebrity per se, but she was the wife of a major star at the time, and that was Elizabeth Glazer, who died of AIDS. She was like probably the first well-known person, connected person who died of AIDS. And it brought a lot of media attention to the disease, more so than anybody else at that time. That I also remember. Of course, that happened after I believe Starsky and Hutch had ended. Um, let's see, the green tomato. That's right. The red tomato. That's what they used to call it, the red tornado. That was a lot of fun as well. Um, didn't Paul Michael Glazer direct Running Man? Yes, but do we have to talk about that? Okay, yes, he did direct the Running Man, but I think it was one of those early times where that he necessarily did not have the creative control, like he did. I mean, Salem's Lot was more like the book. If you go back and watch Salem's Lot, it's very much like the book. It's very close, and, not very much. In fact, it's pretty spot on. Of course, The Running Man was anything but a Stephen King novel. It was the only thing you could attach Stephen King's name to that book is the name of The Running Man, because the novella is nothing like the movie. The novella is one of the very best things that Stephen King ever wrote, as a matter of fact, and it is a terrifying story. Um, in fact, you could even oops, oh, somebody in on Facebook. Thank you, who is in Facebook. Thank you so much for coming in. Um, yeah, that's a very scary novella that they did for the Running Man. But the movie did not do anything like the film. Wasn't anything like the film wasn't anything like the book. But Salem's Lot was. And again, you go back to the cast of Salem's Lot, and yeah, pretty amazing. But of course, David Soul he got Starsky and Hutch, and like I said, while it only ran for 4 episodes, the car became iconic. It's a show that came more and more popular as it went on. That's for sure. The more it went on, the longer it ran, the more popular the stars became. Um, It was also one of the more violent shows too, which was caused a lot of concern because at the time that they were running the show, violence was being criticized on TV by Congress. In fact, some shows got canceled because not because of the ratings, but because of the Congress coming down on the violence on TV, and that include the famous show called SWAT with Steve Forrest and Rod Perry. That show did not get canceled. It did not get canceled for poor ratings or lack of viewership. It was extremely popular. The theme song was massively popular, um, and it got canceled because of the violence. And Starsky and Hutch to that respect as well. Um, the show had the show had Paul Michael Glazer and David Soul. They played good friends. David Soul played Kenneth Hutchinson, and of course, Glazer plays Starsky. They were though they didn't say it, they were cops in Los Angeles. There are a couple of pair of detectives, and they went around and solving hard crimes. Um, of course, you had your streetwise informant, which was Huggy Bear, played by Antonio Vargas. Very funny, very funny. And it got a little bit more sassy as the show went on. I mean, he got a little bit more. They brought him in more adventures as the show went on, and of course, they have their captain. And who's always the picture of him in the opening credits always showed him looking up really fierce, and it made me laugh because that's because in that scene Starsky has stolen his hamburger, and so he was really mad. But if you saw the opening credit, it looked like he was like, get that son of a bitch, and like get that killer or something, get that crook. But in actuality, he was mad at Starsky for stealing his hamburger. Hilarious. um And of course, this also broke a lot. Starsky and Hutch did a lot for man. Talk about they had a lot of really good episodes on the show, and they also helped a lot of actors with their careers. Um, when I think of the one show that caught me the most, but caught everybody by surprise, it was an episode that featured an actress named Karen Valentine. I know I'm really aging myself here. Um, Yes, yes, you're right, Timothy. You're absolutely right. Yeah. But back then it was pretty violent. I mean, there was a lot of gunplay, a lot of people getting capped. Yeah. Um, there was an actress named Karen Valentine who starred on an episode. Now, Karen Valentine at the time of the show, she had just come off. She had did a series called Room 222, and she was sort of like American Apple Pie. She was, really cute, really spunky, really popular. I mean, she was just a goody two shoes. She was just bubbly, and that's the role she played. So she sort of got typecast as playing that, that really all American girl. Well, for an episode of Starsky and Hutch, they had her playing Hutch's girlfriend, and it was like, oh, okay. But she turns out that well, she wanted to be Hutch's girlfriend, except that he already had one, and that was played by Roz Kelly, who played on Happy Days. And but she turned out to play a psycho on the episode of the Starsky. She was stalking Hutch and trying to kill him. Like, if I can't have you, nobody can. It was a play off of another Clint Eastwood movie earlier during the decade called "Play Misty for Me," where Clint Eastwood was stalked by Jessica Walters. It had the same premise for Starsky and Hutch. But what really made it really interesting was the fact that it was Karen Valentine doing the stalking, and nobody saw that coming. Nobody. It was so different. It still remains probably one of the top episodes that when people think about Starsky and Hutch, they think about that episode because it was really out there. Um, both gentlemen tried to launch singing careers as well during their heyday. during the Starsky and Hutch days. They both tried to launch music careers. David Soul actually had some success. He actually has some success. He had some singles. He had a couple of top 10 singles, and he did release a lot of records. I think he released 5 or 6 records during his playing days. Um, like I said, then he slid over and then he did Salem's Lot, and of course that movie. What's funny is like you don't really hear about that as much as you do about it. You hear about it a lot more than you hear about Salem's Lot, but they were both excellent. They're both really strong movies, a miniseries. Um, you think of Tim Curry and it, but if you go back if you go back now and you look at some of you folks might look at the cast on IMDb, and a lot of these people may not be you may not understand how really powerful they were at that time in that movie. They were really popular stars back then. um, you had James Mason in that movie. You had Lance Kerwin. Lance Kerwin was a huge star back in the 70s. Um, you had Bonnie Bedelia back there. Of course, you remember Bonnie Bedelia. She went on to later on to play John McClane's wife in the Die Hard series. Um, had George Zunda is in it. He was a strong character actor. Ed Flanders, who went on to become one of the leads of yeah, Suzanne. You see, Suzanne, you were yeah. We remember these things. Yeah. Ed Flanders was in the show too. It went on to lead to be one of the leading actors in St. Elsewhere. Jeffrey Lewis played Mike Ryerson, and he himself ended up, he ended up starring with Clint Eastwood, and Haim plays Drifter, and he is the father of Juliette Lewis, and a well-known, and he also played on Every Which Way You Can and Every Which Way You Loose. So I mean, there's just tons of stars in here, in Salem's Lot, and it was a very, very effective movie. Very, very creepy. Even today, I was lucky. I actually found a copy of that movie at the library. I have not rewatched it yet, but I plan to this year. I do plan to. So David Soul, he now at the time, I know House of Horrors, right? David Soul retrospective, but David Soul, not only did he, after a while though, both unfortunately for both Glazier and Glazier slid behind the camera on his own. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to become a director, so he slid behind the camera. David Soul didn't do that. He still tried. He did a lot of acting, and he ended up actually he appeared like I said, he appeared in a lot of TV shows, um, including Streets of San Francisco. He also appeared in Star Trek, I Dream of Jeannie. He also did another miniseries that I remember watching called World War III. That came out, I think, in 1980. That was scary too. Wow, that was a good one. Let's see. Yeah, that came out in 1982, and also co-starred Brian Keith, and also co-starred Kathy Lee Crosby. That was a really good miniseries too. I don't think it's ever been released on home video. As a matter of fact, I don't think it has been. I have never seen it, never heard about it or anything. In fact, I don't know. I'm not even sure if it's even been played out. I only remember it came out on NBC. I'm not sure if it's ever gotten a home release, but it was a very good movie. And he played an army soldier trying to stop World War III. Um, he also did a shockingly movie called In the Line of Duty: The FBI Murders. He came out in that and came out in '88. And people who forgot how that David Soul could play a great villain. Holy shit, that guy could play a heavy. And he played that with none other than Michael Gross from Family Ties. Now, how's that for a couple of like American dads gone bad. Um, I mean, you look at him go like that's David Soul. That's that's Hutch. And then there's Michael Gross, it's Michael that's Michael J. Fox's dad, and Family Ties, back then. Um, but they played in this TV as a made for TV movie, and it was about one of the more infamous firefights between FBI agents and a couple of desperate desperados, and it was memorable for the sheer violence of it. Um, the bad guys, they went out blazing, and they took a lot of good men with them. It was a savage gunfight, and they made the movie with David Soul, and he was mean as hell in that movie. Just an amazing performance by both of them. An amazing performance. Uh, it really did, Timothy. I yes, um, yeah. I mean, because a lot of times, like it did. Because back then in the 70s and the 80s, David Soul had a image, sort of a good guy image, and so he came out there and he played this killer, and he was, like I said, he was just absolutely beyond. He was amazing. He was amazing for it. I do believe that movie did get released on home video, but I'm sure it's out of print. Um, So then he moved to England. He moved to England. He has some trouble. He has some legal problems here in the U.S. I do remember that he developed a drinking problem, and that got him into trouble. He got arrested for a couple of times for domestic assault, and he had a hard time with the bottle. It also didn't help. In fact, it helped led to his early death. But he was a very heavy cigarette smoker. He which he never smoked on camera. I can't remember seeing him ever smoking on camera, but he still was a very heavy cigarette smoker. And after he moved over to London, he developed emphysema. And that is probably one of the reasons why he passed away, though he had given up the habit when he was 70 years old. But a lot of times it's like, yeah, it's sort of like too little too late to stop it. And so he suffered from emphysema the latter half part of his life. It was funny in the fact that I just saw a picture of him. They showed that, I don't know how David Soul got mentioned, but they showed a picture of him, and he looked really, really sick. He was in a wheelchair. He also had one of his lungs removed because of cancer. Uh, and there's Katie. Katie just got home, driving home through the rain. So, so all in all, I mean, he moved to England. He did a lot of stage plays over there. He appeared on a lot of English series, TV series as well. So he became a British citizen. So he had dual citizenship. Um, of course, being American and English. Um, yeah. Let's see. So that was David Soul. I mean, like I said, I remember him fondly from Starsky and Hutch. I even got a season of the show of the series. I got a season of the series. I got that at the library too. I got season one, I believe. I got season one of Starsky and Hutch. The other ones are all the episodes for this series are out. I mean, if you want to go ahead and hunt down Starsky and Hutch, you shouldn't have any problem at all finding it. I think it's probably going to be pretty easy to find it. Amazon or eBay, or even Mill Creek. Mill Creek actually might have released it too, though I'm not sure if they have the same original music in the series as when it did when it was broadcast on ABC. Um, okay, so now I just want to talk a little bit about ratings, rankings, because I love rankings. I love the rankings of people's best movies or worst movies. I think it's so much fun to watch. Um, hey Sarah, how are you? I love the idea of people ranking the movies that they see. Um, the top 10 or top 20 or the bottom 10 or the bottom 20. It's always interesting to see what everybody watches, and I enjoy the hell out of that. And so we all put out our top 10 lists and everything else. Um, but this week, like I said, this week, um, I just started watching movies. Started watching movies. I've watched 3 films so far this year. I rewatched Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and then I watched Justice League: The New Frontier, and then I watched this movie called 65th. I said I'm going to go ahead and watch this. I have never seen it before. It was one of my buddy Catfish's movies that he left me. So I go ahead and I put it on. It's from Echo. I gotta blame Echo. This is on you, Echo. So it's ITN. ITN. Okay, that's a fine distributing company. Echo's always talking up their movies. Yeah, ITN. I should have known better. I should have known better, but I didn't. I still said, ITN. All right, I'm going to dive into it. No, ITN actually one of my favorite. It's actually one of my favorites. Uh, so I go ahead and I watch this movie called 65th. Now, now what's really frustrating about this, and let me know what you guys think too. Let me know what you guys think too. I really like to know this. So I was excited when the movie came on. It has an African American family. It's going to be an African American family, which is right away instantly like really like okay that stands out, and it's a horror movie. It's a thriller movie. You can tell that by the cover. So I'm really excited that because you just don't see that. You just don't see it um, very often. I mean, you get the Lifetime movies, yeah. I mean, but a lot of Lifetime movies, there's, they're sort of like the Hallmark movies, but for thrillers. They're the paint by numbers. I bet here's the main hero, here's the main heroine, they got the sidekick and all that. A lot of those movies are formula. So when I put in 65th, I wasn't expecting formula. I was like, okay. Um, I put it on, and instantly, what caught me by surprise was the music. The music they played in the beginning of the movie is it's happy go lucky. It's sitcom music. It is sitcom music. Wait, what's going on, brother Max? Um, so I'm like, okay, awesome. Um, all right. I don't know what this. I don't have no idea what this movie about. Just based on the cover, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a thriller. Maybe even a supernatural thriller. So I go ahead and I'm watching it, and and right away the music's really weird, and the camera angle's really weird. I mean, it's really just all over the place. They get inside the house. Um, the characters all have names, but you won't know it because all they did, especially the female cast, all they did was call each other girl, girl this, girl that, girl. I mean, it's like no names. And it was like every other sentence was girl this. I was like, why not say their names? I want to be vested in this movie. I'm really excited to watch it because it's something I don't see very often. So I'm sitting here going like I really want this to work. I want a good movie. We all do. No one ever really will admit there tell you that they really just want to sit and watch bad movies. I don't know anybody, even people who maybe have based their channels on bad movies or whatnot, but no one really goes into it as wanting to watch a bad movie unless you're an Asylum fan. Or then you know what you're going to get, but you're not going to watch Asylum every single day. So we go ahead and we start and we go ahead and we go ahead and start watching this. And I love the fact that they showed it was a family unit. Okay, there was no single mom or anything like that, which is a very horrific and unnecessary typecast. And they weren't in the ghetto or anything like that. Wasn't it was straight. They were the father owns his own business. The mom has her own activities. No, God, please don't. No, I'll be doing it. I don't know. I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask Echo if we're doing April Asylum. I don't think I have. I don't even think I could. I don't think I could even do an Asylum week. Um. So I'm into this movie. I'm vested in it. I want it to work, and man, anything that could have gone wrong in making of a movie happened to this one. Everything. The music's wrong. The camera work's terrible. There's the dialogue is, I mean, the acting is just really awful. I mean, really awful. They have three different plot lines going through the movie. None of them gets resolved. The actor who plays the dad is so over the top. I mean, way over the top. Um, they have incidents of possession or violence. The wife is going to be could have sold her soul. All ratcheting up tension. But in the next scene, they're all drinking, they're all around the table drinking hot chocolate. I'm not even kidding you. I'm sitting here. I watched the whole movie. Normally, this would be a movie like by the 15-minute mark, like a lot of reviewers. I wanted to read what other people thought about this movie, so I looked at reviews, and they're all pretty much saying this. Like I punched out after 15 minutes, but I didn't. I actually stayed and watched it all the way through. I said, okay, it's a horror movie. I gotta watch it. Let's see, can it get better? Because sometimes movies start out slow.
Okay.
Hey, Katie, I'm
Okay.
talking
Mark
about
says hi too.
Oh, how's Mark doing? Is Mark doing all
He's
right?
good. Mark, say hi. He's right there. See him?
Okay. How's Marcia doing?
She's good.
Is she all right?
Cheesecake.
Yeah. What, Mark?
Cheesecake.
He has cheesecake.
Who has
Where?
cheesecake? Mark, you got
We got
Mark
cheesecake.
cheesecake? You got Mark cheesecake?
No.
Oh,
I don't know. He has something in his hand. See?
Cheesecake.
Oh, it is cheesecake. He went. Oh, he went and got himself cheesecake. Man,
No,
that's
I don't know
rough.
what that is. What is that?
I don't know what this is.
Oh, okay.
It's not cheesecake.
Oh,
Casey,
thank you. I got a squishmallow. I got an alien squishmallow.
Casey wanted to see a squishmallow.
Huh?
I didn't. Casey owns squishmallows too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until he told me. He says he owns squishmallows.
And then I got a Stitch.
Is that a squishmallow too?
No, this is just a Disney Stitch.
Well, how many squishmallows? Maybe you should show us your squishmallow collection. How many do you own?
The matter? Patrick wants to know how many squishmallows we own. I have a whole bag full of them.
Oh, well, break them out.
I can't because they're behind the TV.
Well, it's okay. We'll wait. Everybody in the chat, put in the number one if you want to see Katie Squishmallows. Hey, Kevin, how are you, sir?
And then look, I got a troll popcorn bucket too. Where are you going? Where are you gonna go? See, got that too.
Casey's saying that maybe one day we'll have a Squishmallow stream.
Yeah. Marcia got me this.
You know what? If she got you the troll.
Yeah, the troll pop. It's a popcorn bucket.
Well, did she get you popcorn to go with it?
Yeah.
Nice.
But I don't have popcorn anymore.
Oh, you ate it all. Oh, okay. Marcia's got to give you maybe you could trade maybe you could trade a cheesecake. Maybe you could trade a cheesecake for Kevin and or not for Kevin but for Mark, and Mark can get you popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let me ask Kevin because Kevin's kind of a cool dude. He actually might have some more Squishmallows.
And I got a bucket.
Oh, you got a McDonald's one.
And then I also got the McDonald's Squishmallow too.
How much did that cost? That McDonald's Squishmallow?
It's the price of a Happy Meal.
I thought it was supposed to be like $10 or $20 or something like that.
No, you get it with your Happy Meal.
Oh wow, okay. Because I heard that.
A little sharky. His name's Gordon. He's a little sharky shark.
It's a sharky shark. Oh my gosh. So that's Doll Shark Junior. So that's I'll be fully expecting a new shark movie by Polonia based on that, right?
This is actually Marsha's, because I got her a Happy Meal.
Oh, you got Marsha a Happy Meal.
She wanted one, yeah. Hold on, I'll show you Mark's Squishmallow.
Oh, Mark has this. Well, Kevin says that his daughter has a bunch of Squishmallows. She went and got Marsha a Squishmallow. Well, I've heard, where have I? It's like I've never heard that
Mark's
one before.
Squishmallow. It's a lion from Harry Potter.
How come it says property of Katie on the bottom of it?
It doesn't say that.
Does it? You sure? You better look.
Yeah, it's a Gryffindor lion from Harry Potter.
No, they have they didn't get it. Yeah, they weren't cool enough for a cheetah. Amityville Squish.
That's Mark's Squishmallow that I got him for Christmas.
Mr. Bones is sitting there going like, we should have a Amityville Squish Shark, and then he wants to know if Mark is Mark okay? Yeah, isn't that right, Timothy? No
Mark's
doubt,
okay.
right? No doubt, right? I got Marsha a Squishmallow because she wanted one.
No, that day that I got the McDonald's Squishmallow, I wasn't hungry and they were, so I got that, and then I got Mickey.
Now, I guess that's the other big thing this week that happened is that Mickey Mouse went into the public domain, right? And someone was already ready to make a Mickey Mouse horror movie. You know what? Honestly, I'm not watching that.
I'm not either.
I'm not watching.
I got a dinosaur pillow.
Is that a Squishmallow?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's like those beanbag those like beanbag like chairs, the beanbag like pillow.
Okay. Nobody's buying your nobody's buying. Just letting you know that nobody's buying the Marsha wanted one. Timothy's going like got Marsha. See, Timothy's all over you.
No, that day you could ask her. That day that I got got the Happy Meal, I got her and Mark something, but I didn't get anything.
Okay. Let's see, Mickey's Mousetrap. I'm watching it. Oh my, yeah, but it's going to be just like Winnie the Pooh.
I'm not going to watch it.
It's going to be just as bad as Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be just as bad as that. They're not going to. There's not going to be any. It's not going to be any better than that. It's going to be just like $500, no budget. Look, I got a mouse. Here's Mickey. We called him Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just yeah.
Oh, say what you were saying before I hopped on here, before I took over the show.
Oh no, we're all about Squishmallows. You kidding me? Look at the chat, man. They blew up. They want to know. They want to see the marshmallow that you got, Marsha.
Wait, what else do I have here? Oh, I have the movies you sent me that I have to do a video on, and then the movies that Hob sent me.
Well, you can crack them open right now.
I'll show you. Okay, so Hob sent me.
Yeah, show us.
I have to do a video on both of them, but Hob sent me. Hob sent me this Deal or No Deal.
Nice. I didn't know he was a game show. I didn't know he was in the game shows.
And then Hobbs also sent me the Monster Collection, 16 monster movies.
Nice. Oh, that's a fun one.
And then it has all these.
Yeah, that's a lot of movies for you to review right there, Katie.
16 of them.
Echo saying that they're making a sequel to
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Bones.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
Mr. Bones says Blood and Honey is better than Skinnamarink. You know what?
Has he seen Skinnamarink?
Bones? I would be surprised. I would be surprised if Bones watched Skinnamarink. I would be. I would be impressed.
Oh, okay. And then here goes one package of movies that Patrick got. sent to me. And then there's another package. Okay. So Patrick sent me very good. Cutting
That's
Red,
right.
which is a Pixar movie that came
That's
out
right.
last year.
That's
Last
right.
year.
Delivering some Disney. I mean, I would be
It's
totally wrong not to send you Disney.
it's a cute movie. Turning Red. It's a cute movie. Have you seen it?
I have a copy. I haven't watched it yet, but I did hear it was very cute.
It
I
is.
still got to replace my Blu-ray player.
Then he also gave me the Halloween unrated version, director's cut, the Rob Zombie Halloween.
That's right.
2 discs.
Delivering the goods.
What was that?
I didn't send you part 2 though, because I didn't want my goodwill to be shot down, because the second one's not very well liked.
And then which season is this? Season 1 of Buffy. So I could do a whole thing of Buffy.
That would be fun. I got the other ones ready to go.
And then this one is season 2 of Buffy.
I'm gonna send you some Angel too.
And then he sent me Real Steel. I like that one. That's a good one.
I thought so. I thought that was real fun.
I like that one. I've seen it. I've seen it a while ago. Then Big Hero 6. I love Big Hero 6.
Yeah, me too. Baymax is the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Inside
Inside Out. I love Inside Out. Oops, it's upside down. Inside Out.
Yeah, I sent as much Disney as I could. I look for that stuff at the library.
Wreck-It Ralph. What was that?
I try to find those for you as much as I can. Let's see. That Real Steel used to be hard to find on Blue. Shit, it probably still will be, because not if Disney's going to stop.
Bones, do you want Real Steel? If I can find it somewhere, I'll send you one.
Yeah, you think about it now, Katie. You go like, you don't even think twice. You think about Disney movies. You go like, oh yeah, I'll just go ahead and get some Disney movies, no problem. But now that now we're seeing the lack of stores, and Disney's not even they're not even servicing some countries now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It won't be as easy as
if I find it at the library, because my library does get movies, and if I find it, I'll send it to you. Because I do get 50-cent movies at my library, but they just haven't had any good ones lately.
I don't think Disney's considered a boutique though. I'm not sure if that's balling material.
I still have the ones you sent me last time.
Huh?
Bones? I still have the ones you sent me last time.
Me or Bones?
You.
Oh, okay.
The Disney movies, and then Bones sent me. Interview with the Vampire, which is good. I love it.
Straight balling right there.
Remove what? And then he also sent me this one. I've never heard of Taurus.
I never heard of that either. Man, that's gotta be, who is that? Is that Severin or Shop Factory or
Colson Baker? This is RLJE Films.
Oh man, that's some good stuff right there.
I've never heard of that film company.
That's because it's boutique.
Huh?
Balls is delivering you straight quality right there. I've never heard of that one either. Taurus, I've never heard of that one.
I haven't either.
I think you should review that one first. Let's see. See, Rob Zombie couldn't get a movie to save his sorry ass. Needs to go away. He'll only make.
Sorry, I was asking Mark a question.
Yeah.
So this film says it is outstanding. Real News Daily says it. and it says a rising but troubled musician spends his days and nights searching endlessly for the inspiration to record his next song. His assistant wants to save him. His collaborators want him in the studio, while his dealer and his ex push him deeper into the void. Starring Colson Baker, Maddie Hansen, Leach, Scotty Something, and Ruby Rose, featuring music by Machine Gun Kelly.
You know what? You know what? I think that sounds like a movie that you should review that one first. I'm really curious to see what it's about.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Both
Hey,
the taste of me. I love getting these. You know, it's almost like when you get a packages from people like this, it's a lot of fun because it sort of gives you sort of like an insight to how they approach movies. You know,
right.
I love it. I got classic horror from Bones this year. I got Dracula, and I was really cool.
See, there goes Mark right there. Y'all don't ever see Mark. There he is, right there.
Mark, can you tell us the real story about how you got how you got your Squishmallow?
I got it for him for Christmas. The lion. I got it for him for Christmas.
Oh, you got Mark a Squishmallow for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Christmas.
And he got me an Xbox.
Oh, he got you an Xbox. Did you guys think about trading off with what you got? Did you trade off? Like, oh, I'll trade you a Squishmallow for that
Mark,
Xbox.
tell him about the day that I was playing. I was whooping your butt in football. I was whooping his butt in Madden.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Snap! Oh, snap! Oh, what team were you using?
I was choosing the appropriate play. You know, like if I would choose like blitz, I would rush, I would pass, whatever. Didn't matter. No matter what I did, I would shoot in the air. She would catch the ball. She would intercept the ball. I would fumble the ball. Makes no sense. I would fumble the ball.
I kept on throwing the ball to Travis Kelce.
I played him twice with the running back who had never fumbled the ball.
He was playing the Dolphins.
Well, that was your first mistake, Mark, right there. I mean,
and then I was playing the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Now Katie, can you play the Steelers and then have Mark play the Bengals?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I would love to see that.
Patrick says go Steelers on this thing.
I was rooting for the Steelers.
Mark was rooting for the Steelers today.
Yeah. They
still have an Atari. I never played an Atari.
I'd rather Miami Dolphins have to play the Steelers than have.
Oh my gosh, the Atari, the Atari 2600. Oh my gosh, that's classic right there.
Well, I know what it is. I just never played it because I wasn't born then.
Yeah, I still got a PS2.
I like PlayStation actually over Xbox, but Xbox isn't bad.
I think what kills me these days is like now you have to be now it used to be you just get the game and put it inside your machine and just play. Now you got to put it up there, load it, and everything else. It's like, oh my lord! It's just
Mark Echo's asking if you're okay and did you get your cheesecake?
All right.
No cheesecake for Mark.
Your mom's calling you. Go see what you want.
I'm not playing you in Madden anymore.
What?
She's not playing you at Madden anymore? Yeah.
I was just pushing buttons.
Yeah, I know.
Katie's an NFL machine. Katie's an NFL machine. I love it.
No, I'm not. I'm just pushing buttons.
Well, that's all right. You're pushing his buttons.
Apparently.
That's for sure. Now, Katie, what about you? I don't think you put out your top movies, but what movies did you like last year, and which movies did you not like?
I didn't watch any new movies last year. I watched all the older ones because I didn't have access to some of the newer ones. So the only one that I really got to watch was I got to watch Guardians 3.
Okay.
And then Stephen. And then then what else? Oh, we watched the new Ninja Turtle movies. The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. That was the only 2 new movies that I watched besides the new Hallmark movies. And oh yeah, I watched Good Burger too. I watched that.
Okay, because I mean, you got to. I mean, I do. I'm with you. I don't get a chance to see a lot of new movies either. Not less they, not until
And then I
after the.
watched and then I watched the Zoe 101 movie or 102 movie as well. That was on
Uh,
that was
how
on Paramount.
how was that? I
I
didn't.
thought it was good. I thought it was cute.
Let's see.
How does it stand to Taylor Swift when you throw the ball to Kelsey?
Yeah.
No, it does not.
Can you use Taylor Swift? Can Taylor Swift play tight end?
No.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Was there any movies that you watched this year that you were like, oh hell no?
There was like a couple. There was like a couple that I watched on Tubi. They were like horror movies. It was a shark movie that I watched, and I was like, "What the heck am I watching right now?"
I was just explaining the movie that I watched before you got here. That I wanted to, you ever sit down and have like you really wanted to like a movie, like even going into it, you really want it to be good. You look at it, you
Mm-hmm.
for
Which
Bones,
one?
like for Bones, I would sit there and say it was Skinner Morenik. Like you watch it and you're
Mm-hmm.
sitting there looking at it, going like, I really want it to be good. I really want it to be good. And then maybe you do
Mm-hmm.
watch it, and maybe it's not a pure speed, and I get that. I can respect that. I mean,
Right.
I get it. Like I said, I mean, no movie was more decisive last year. I mean, the year before
Mm-hmm.
it was Halloween Ends that was decisive, but I think
Good
last year the
Timothy.
number one movie that was decisive was Skinner Morenik. I mean, you either
Mm-hmm.
like it or you didn't. There's no middle ground. Like, well, it was all right. There's nobody sitting there saying that. Everybody's either like you liked it or you didn't. Um,
Right.
let's see.
Oh, Echo. Then I'll have to get your screen name so I can play with you. I have the Xbox Pass, whatever that thing is. Wait, who liked it? I haven't seen it, Casey. Patrick liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. I did. I
Taylor
liked it.
Swift is going to be in Madden 25, the version $500.
The only person I know, the only person I know that I know, as far as just like rolled over backwards, like going like kicking off, kicking with hands and feet, a thing that was absolutely terrible was the Bat. The Bat didn't like it too much, but nobody else I've seen actually just hated on it. But
That's a Bayview
I know a lot of
Entertainment
people
movie,
didn't
right?
like it, huh? I know a lot of people
That's a
didn't
Bayview.
like it, and I get
That's a
that.
Bayview movie, right?
Yeah, it was a baby. Yeah, Bayview. They put it out with IFC Midnight and Shutter. I get
Oh,
it.
okay.
There's some movies that you can sit there and say, I liked it. I liked it all right. I didn't like it, but I mean, but as far as like Halloween Ends, you either liked Halloween Ends or you just hated it. One or the other. It wasn't one of those that's like, oh, it was all right. No, nobody said that.
Right.
You either liked it or you didn't.
Did you
Um,
see it, Casey?
I don't know if Casey saw Skinner Morenik. Casey's what? Who? It was an interesting movie.
Mm-hmm. This
Okay.
year, I said I'm gonna watch movies and read books this year. I'm gonna try to not to watch so much TV, but I'm gonna still watch TV. But I'm gonna read more books this year.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be reading 52 books this year. So I have to
You
catch
said
up.
I saw the first 15 minutes and knew it wasn't for me. Casey's saying.
And Casey says I was like, nah, I'm gonna go buy a Squishmallow instead. Yeah, I'm gonna go buy one for Marsha. That's it. Whenever I get a new Squishmallow, I'm gonna say I got this for Marsha.
No, I did get her a Happy Meal. She'll tell you.
Oh, sure she will. Are you gonna get her another one pretty soon?
I'm probably gonna get one for myself soon.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I hadn't even been there yet. I thought the Squishmallows were being sold for stupid prices. I thought it cost like
Go to
$10.
McDonald's. It depends on what because when I go to McDonald's now, I just get a Happy Meal. But it depends on what you get in a Happy Meal. If you get the cheeseburger, I think it's like $1 extra. It's normally like 5 something, but I think it's like $6 with the if you get the 6 tater nuts, tater. Wow, I can't even talk because I'm tired. Chicken nuggets, I think it's a little extra, and then if you get a cheeseburger, it's a little extra, I think.
Let's see. Okay, let's see what everybody else. What books has everybody read the last? What's the last book that everybody read? There we
I
go.
read so yesterday when I was at work, because I also listen to audiobooks while I'm at work. Yesterday I listened to The Summer I Turned Pretty. That's also a Amazon Prime TV series. That was a pretty good book. And it's by the same person that's it's by the same author that did All the Boys I Loved or something like that as well. Hey Eric. I have Squishmallow.
Yeah, show Eric what a Squishmallow is.
Here goes my little sharky.
You know, the good thing about this is that Eric has kids too, right?
And then I got the aliens.
I can see him making a Squishmallow run.
That's also an egg from Toy Story. Timothy said, I just read By Useful by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was a great book. Okay. And Echo saying he got hooked on Minecraft. It's lame, but yet fun. I haven't figured out Minecraft. I have it downloaded, but I haven't figured it out.
Let's see. And Eric read the novelization to Gremlins. The last book that I read or am reading right now is a novel called Livewire by Harlan Coben.
Yeah, I have one that's a pillow-sized Squishmallow. It's in Mark's room where Mark is. Mark.
Man, this is almost like the Trouble with, it's really what it is. This is almost like a modern version of Trouble with Tribbles on Star Trek. Mm-hmm. The Trouble with Tribbles were basically those Tribbles were basically Squishmallows.
So here goes a new book I got from Barnes & Noble.
Only a Monster. Okay. Mm-hmm. Looks pretty good.
I thought it sounded interesting. It says, Joan has just learned the truth. Her family are monsters with terrifying hidden powers. And the cute boy at work isn't just a boy. He's the legendary monster slayer who will do anything to destroy her family, to save herself and everyone she loves. Joan will have to do what she fears most, embrace her own monsterness, because in this story, she's not the hero.
Yeah,
I must have come late. I saw.
We talked a little David Soul. We talked David Soul, him and his career, and then we slid over and talked about Squishmallow. We're also talking about your favorite movies that you saw last year. Your favorite one, the movies you didn't like last year. Now, I'm sure Eric has quite an interesting favorite movie that he watched, and I'm sure he probably has a more even interesting movie, a movie he did not like. Late night Squishmallow run. You know what? You probably no. Now let's see. Yeah, you can still. Cool. You can still make a Squishmallow run right now.
And then this is also a really cool book too.
Ghost of the Treasure Coast. Now, is that a true story?
Huh?
Is that, let's see, is that, okay. Oh, his favorite movie was The Iron Claw, about the Van Air.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I want to see that.
So this is ghost stories of where I live. So some of this stuff is actually haunted.
Okay. Could you imagine having a haunt? Could you imagine you could make a movie about a haunted Squishmallow?
Yeah. And then I got a bunch of books from the library, and then I also got another book from Barnes & Noble when I went.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Pitch it to Polonia, have SRS distribute it.
Right, and then on top of their And then on top of there are pop Funkos.
Yeah. So are you gonna be playing Mark for? I think you and Mark should have a Madden showdown on a live stream, and you
I
guys
don't know
should be.
how to live. Wouldn't know how to live stream it.
Yeah, if we could get you. If someone could show you, someone could get you to do live stream your Madden game. You guys could play for. If he loses, he has to get you a Squishmallow, and if you win, he has to get you popcorn.
um.
Uh,
So
oh,
so Lamar Jackson. Mark has a pop of him.
a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
He does know as a Baltimore Raven quarterback, right?
Yeah, he does.
I thought he was a Dolphin fan.
He is, but that's all. So he got him from an Intel like thing, and I guess he had like points or something, and that was the only like thing that he could get.
Yeah, that figures. It's Lamar Jackson for pity's sakes. See, Eric saying quit giving Polonio work with Squishmallow, but he already made a Squishmallow movie. Eric, it's called Doll Shark.
Doll Shark.
Yeah, and it's like
It's
a
McDonald's drive-through. In the States, it's 24 hours.
It used to be here, but now they didn't.
Mine
Yeah.
mine is here.
Is it really? Man,
Yeah.
it used to be here.
Don't forget Florida's party town.
Well, yeah, we used to have a 24-hour McDonald's here too, but they couldn't get enough people to work it, so they now they shut down at 12. Let's see. Doll Shark was okay, right? Yeah.
Yeah. After we get off,
me and Casey, we watched Doll Shark together. So yeah.
After we get off here, I gotta watch the movie for tomorrow.
That's right. That's right. Tomorrow, you and I are going to be back for the first time in forever. Almost a damn year, I think. It's been a damn year since we've done this. Because last time we did the Veil trilogy. But tomorrow is our yearly show of not a horror movie. And what movie are we covering again?
Mismatched.
Mismatched. You know what though? See, we can get away with watching this movie and liking it because it does have community ties because it stars Alexis Pena Vega, and Alexa was discovered by Robert Rodriguez, and she played in the Spy Kid movies.
And her husband was on Nickelodeon.
Oh, well, I wouldn't brag about that. I was just bragging about the Spy Kids because if you have Spy Kids in your collection, you got clout.
What horror movies are you looking forward to this year? I don't know. I haven't seen anything really.
Well,
but I do have a couple from Bayview that Peter sent me, so I've got to watch those too.
I'm looking forward to the new Jordan Peele movie. I really would like to see what that's going to be about.
Echo saying you can't live stream Xbox on YouTube. You need a adapter cord for it. I think I said that right. Adapter cord for it. Or card.
Right.
Let
me see. I do know that there's a new they got some good movies coming up. But I think it's gonna be a lot of prequels.
Hey Timothy, we both like Hallmark movies.
That's right. That's right. Let me see.
Tell them how you got the Veil trilogy. Tell them how you got it, because I bought it for you.
Let's see. What Timothy? Let's see. Where did let's see. Oh my gosh! Yes, Patrick, Timothy. I have tons of Hallmark movies. Yeah, I have. Yeah. What can I say? Let's see. I might even have one right here. Tomorrow night, yeah, I do. I got one right here that I watched. See, Wedding in Graceland. I had Priscilla Presley in it, and I had which is actually it was a pretty fun movie. Yeah. We're watching Mismatch tomorrow. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm trying to think. Let me see if I can grab up a list of upcoming horror films. I know the first one of the year looks like it sank already. I heard Night Swim did not get very good reviews. I heard just.
I watched last year. Last year, I watched 149 movies. But
Really?
altogether, I've watched 537 films.
Let me see if I can find a list here. Upcoming horror
Eric's saying
2024.
there's nothing wrong with liking Hallmark movies. You like what you like. That is
That's
true.
right. That's right. Tell him, Eric. Let's see. Here we go. List of horror films for this year. I can tell you some of the stuff I'm not looking forward to. I am not looking forward to A Quiet Place Day One. Why? Why is that movie even being made? I mean, why? Just
I never seen the first two.
you never saw. Well, you didn't miss. I heard the second one is actually better than the first one. The first one is like it was like that movie. It's like that movie 65th I was just talking about before. About just a bad movie. You go in there with expectations and you watch it and you're just sitting there like, this is beyond bad. And that was for me. It was like Quiet Place. It was beyond.
I found all the movies that I watched last year on Letterboxd.
I did 145.
I watched Strange World, which is a kids movie. It was okay. I gave it 3 stars. Oh yeah, I watched Glass Onion, the one to the other movie with Daniel Craig in it.
Yeah, Knives Out.
Yeah. I liked Knives Out better, but it was still good.
But they put Knives Out on Tubi this week.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I was shocked by that. I was like, really? Okay.
I watched Employee of the Month with Jessica Simpson. That one.
Okay. What stars did you give that?
I like it. I gave it 3 stars. I liked it.
Remember what we said yesterday?
I've seen it before.
Remember what we said that? Yes, we said that yesterday with Peter Castro. We said that Katie is the nicest reviewer ever. We have. I don't think you ever reviewed a bad. I don't think you've ever given a movie a bad review.
I liked. I watched The Sea of the Beast. I gave that 2 stars. That was okay. It's a kids movie.
You gave it 2 stars out of 5. Wow. Okay. I changed. Okay. Here's Echo. Every Hallmark movie is the same. Some character or a guy or a girl or guy with a broken heart moves to a small town around Christmas and finds love in the end.
No, not that. Hallmark changed their Christmas movies this year, actually. So it's not even this year they changed them a little bit to where there's
more sadness.
Well, no, to where they have the side characters like the mom and stuff be part of it instead of the 2 main characters. It's like about the whole like family or the whole like friendships or whatever. They changed the dynamic.
They added a couple of tearjerkers in there this year. Yeah, but that's like every slasher. Yeah, but it's like every slasher movie, right? Five friends go to a cabin in the woods. They meet they meet a cannibal family. Yeah, we haven't seen that one 500 times. Or a slasher going to a summer camp. I'm going to kill everybody in here again.
Yeah, Employee of the Month is a funny movie, and Eric's saying but not every slasher is the same. Echo, yep, that is true.
See,
and then
look at that.
Casey's asking, yes, that's the one with Dax Shepard and Dax Shepard and Jessica Simpson. That one came out. Employee of the Month came out in 2006. Then I watched The Intern. That's a really good movie. Have you seen that one?
The Intern? No, I didn't see that one. That's one with Robert De Niro, right?
Yeah, and Anne Hathaway. That's a really good one.
I do want to see that movie when it comes out. I'm not sure if it'll come out on physical media, of course, but that is one movie I saw that called Eileen.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't either. I hope it comes out though. I hope it's one of those movies that comes out. I know Anne Hathaway is in that. She looks really good in it.
Yep, that is true, Eric. I say that. Should have a Hallmark horror movie. Nobody would want to see it coming. I wouldn't watch that, to be honest.
Look at Erica's on fire right now. I'm telling you, he's preaching it. Man, I'm
I
just
also watched. Yeah,
we
he
need,
is. I
maybe
also
we need,
watched
you
the
know what?
original Firestarter
We should
last year too.
get Eric to come on here and do one of our Hallmark streams with us. And you know what? I bet you he'd do it too. I bet you he would. In fact, I'm willing to say that right here. If we do a Hallmark movie, I'm not necessarily saying Christmas movie, but if we did one, he'd be. I bet we could get him to come up here with us, hang out. That would
I'm
be
sure
cool.
he would.
Actually, I'm sitting here thinking about it. The more I'm thinking about it, going, like, that would be awfully damn cool. That would actually be a lot of fun. I'm gonna ask him.
I'll watch a Hallmark movie. Why not? He just said.
Hell yes. Oh, you're so on. We gotta do that. We'll pick out the right movie and then deep dive it. Oh my god, it's cool as hell.
I watched the original Firestarter last year. Watched that.
Okay.
I watched The Menu. That's a really good movie if you have not seen it. It's with Ralph Fiennes in it, and that was really good.
Okay.
That's the one. That's the one that a couple travels to a coastal island to eat at an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu with some shocking surprises. That's that one.
Okay, so I'm looking over the upcoming list real quick. There is a movie that I like to see very much. It looks interesting. It's called Shelby Oaks, and it has Camille Sullivan in it. And Camille Sullivan is like one of my new heroes.
Is that a horror?
Yeah, it's Camille Sullivan. Have you seen Hunter x Hunter yet?
Mm-mm.
Has anybody in here seen Hunter x Hunter? Oh, that last 10 minutes of that movie is off the freaking chain. It is amazing. That last 10 minutes of Hunter x Hunter will blow your mind. Oh, let's see. Yeah, see, I love the Hallmark movies, man. I can't do violence all the time.
Eric
I just can't do it.
is on fire.
He is on fire right now. Man, we're gonna find a movie, and we're gonna have Eric come up with us for not
As
a
you
whole.
can tell, as you guys can tell, I watch a little bit of everything from what I'm saying. This is all in January though. That I watched. So I also watched Love Wreck with Amanda Bynes before she went crazy.
Let's see. Eric says that he's seen Hunter x Hunter. Glad to see Devon Sawa and Nick Stahl having their comebacks. And Camille Sullivan steals that movie. Holy shit! And I saw her. She did a lot of the low budget movies on Sci-Fi Channel. She did a lot of those movies. So it was really fun, to see her step up and get a big role like this and just crush it. And now she's going to move on to bigger things.
Casey's saying, I think I might have missed something. What did Hallmark steal?
I bet sooner than later we're going to see a Squishmallow product placement in a Hallmark movie.
And then I watched the Veil trilogy Expectations. That's the second part of that series. Watched that. Speaking of Hallmark. Then I watched Daddy's Home, Crowning Jewels, the documentary on the hitchhiker, that wielding hitchhiker. I watched that on Netflix.
Okay.
You know what that is, right? You know who that is?
The hitchhiker?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the series, The Hitchhiker?
No, the hitch wielding hitchhiker, the guy that said my name's Kai and he killed that old guy with the axe.
No, I don't think I know that one.
He's the guy named Kai, and like a lot of people liked him. He was like a homeless guy, and he killed somebody with a machete.
The nice guy did?
His name's Kai.
Or did he get killed?
And he killed somebody. So originally, originally what happened was it's a he's like a nomad, and he killed he was like a nomad, and he was like somewhere at the right time, and he I forget what he did. It's been so long. But people in chat know who he is. Probably. I'm probably explaining it wrong. Um,
Echo saying, bottom line, fuck Hallmark. I wouldn't let them suck me off during a live stream. Not to be sassy or a preserve or anything or perverse or anything like that, but some of those girls in those movies, Echo, I think would change your mind. They do have a lot of beautiful girls in the Hallmark movies.
They do.
They definitely do. There's some beauties there.
I
So I
watched
wouldn't.
Penelope. Have you seen that one?
With Christina Ricci, yeah, with the
Yeah.
with the snout, yes. It's been
With
a
James
while.
McAvoy. That one was good.
I was just gonna mention James McAvoy because now this is a movie I'm not looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to this, and I'm sort of bummed they made it because they remake it and they always fuck it up. So I guess they remade Speak No Evil, which was that Dutch film that came out last year on IFC Midnight. So they remade it for American audiences, and James McAvoy's in that. I don't know why. I don't know why they need to remake that. It's like why?
Then I watched the Wedding Veil Inspiration. So that's the second one in the series, in that new series.
Yeah, I gotta get that series still.
And then I watched the Bling Ring Hollywood Heist. So that's a documentary about them, the Bringling.
Okay.
That's an A24 film, by the way.
Yeah, I got that one. I got that. I got that one.
Well, that one was the documentary. Then I watched Noah's Shark.
Oh, you watched Noah's Shark?
Yeah.
Now I'm sort of confused by this one. There's this movie coming out called The First Omen, and he must have just wrote it. But I thought that Keith Thomas said that he was doing this. Yeah. Okay. So it is. Okay. Good. Okay.
Who
So
did
the
Noah's Shark? It's a Mark Polonium movie, Casey.
Yeah. So the first movie is called The First Omen. It's coming out in April, and it's directed by somebody named Acacia Stevenson, but it was co-wrote by Keith Thomas. Keith Thomas is the gentleman who wrote The Vigil, and he did the Firestarter remake.
Eric's saying it's a Omen prequel. Trailer looked bad. Then Timothy said, "How about Hallmark movie where a salesman becomes to sell squishmallows that come to life and try to kill everyone?"
Yeah, why the hell not? I guess you know what? There's one thing I should just mention about Hallmark too. Now we're all making fun because we're all thinking about rom-coms. We're all thinking about Christmas movies, but Hallmark mysteries, they do put out mystery stories with real murders in them. So they do a lot of a mystery series. So it's not all 100% fluff. I tell you that right now.
Yeah, I didn't like Noah's Shark either.
No, I don't. I've seen Noah's Shark awful, but Poloni has us following. I'll give him that. Yeah. Lifetime does too.
Yeah. The Lifetime and Hallmark crime movies are decent.
Yeah, they're especially the Lifetimes. Lifetime, they put some really good thrillers out.
Yep, they do. And then I watched Night at the Museum as well. That's a series on Disney Plus. I watched that last year.
Was that a series? They made a series out of the Night at the Museum?
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Oh wow. Okay, I've never even heard about that.
It's called Night at the Museum. I can't even pronounce that. Kalal Rise Again. So the Pharaoh in the second movie. It's about him, and he rises again.
Oh, I think that was Hank Azaria who played the Pharaoh. Yeah.
That was him.
Who played the Blue Raja in Mystery Men. See, Mark says he hates Polonium movies, but I'm not going to judge someone who loves his work. God bless him. I cannot wait till see Eric reviews Ouija Shark 2. I know he's going to do another Shark Week this summer on his channel. Have you seen
I
the
haven't
first
even seen Ouija Shark 2. I didn't know it came out.
I can't. Have you seen the first 2 weeks of Eric's Shark Week? It's amazing.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
watch Eric's first 2 weeks. It's amazing. It's,
Yes,
it's so much
I've
fun.
seen the Jack Reacher series and I've read the books. They're really good.
Yes. They finally got the right guy to play Jack Reacher. Holy shit, Alan Ritchson, man, that guy's perfect for it.
And then I was gonna say I watched the Wedding Veil Journey. That's the third one in that second series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did watch a couple of new ones, I guess, last year. I watched Ticket to Paradise with George Clooney and
Well, you watched the Hallmark trilogy. That was new.
and I also watched Ticket to Paradise with Julia Roberts and George Clooney.
How was that?
It was good. I liked it. I'm
Says
not.
here, Eric's saying he's not going to do Bad Shark Week this year, but I will review Ouija Shark 2 for you. For me, I'm only reviewing movies that I haven't seen this year on my channel or taking requests. Oh, I request Ouija Shark 2. I can already tell you one thing. It's not nearly as bad as the first one. It's actually pretty decent from what I'm hearing. I know the guy who directed the movie, Eric. It's actually pretty good. Everything I heard about it is actually pretty good.
And then I forgot I watched My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. I watched that one too.
How was
That's
that?
a new one.
How was that?
It was good. But I like the first one the best. I always like the first one. Oh yeah, and
You know
then
what's funny? You know what's funny is that when me and Lorianne, when we went and watched My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where we saw it at the theater, do you know what that was for me? And then I didn't even know it. That was actually my very first IFC movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they put it out. I was my very first one. I love
And then
that movie.
I actually watched for the first time last year. I watched Saturday the 14th. I've never seen that. I watched that for the first time last year.
I have not watched. I didn't see that when it came out. It didn't interest me.
It came out in 1981.
Yeah, didn't interest me.
I watched Final Destination, but I've seen that before, and I watched Nope. That was pretty good. I hadn't seen Nope before, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Jordan Peele has for us next.
Oh yeah, and I also watched last year that was new. I watched The Prom Pact. That was pretty cute. That's on Disney Plus.
See, look at there. There's look to see Casey's helping out. Thanks, Casey. Casey, Ouija Shark 2 was much better than Saturday the 14th at the very least. Yes.
And then I watched Murder Mystery 2 with Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler. I watched that.
Eric says that's not helping either.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I watched Shazam too. Fury of the Gods. I watched that one too.
Okay. So you watched. See, I think what we're all gathering here from your list is the fact that you watched so many different things last year. I mean, you watched horror, you watched comedy, you watched adventure. I mean, that's that's an interesting and fun list to look at.
Oh yeah, I watched. I didn't even realize that I watched a lot of 2023 movies last year. I also watched We Have a Ghost, Missing, the Tetris movie about the guy who made Tetris.
What about Haunted Mansion?
Yeah, I watched that. That was stupid.
Which one, the new one or the first one? I heard the second one made the first one look good.
It did. I don't like the Eddie Murphy one. That's the only one that I do not like. The second Haunted Mansion movie, the live action second one, that one was pretty good. But I'm very biased by it. Have a good night, Eric.
Yeah, I will. We'll definitely put together for sure. We'll definitely put it together for sure, me and Katie, and then we'll have you come up there, and yeah, we'll do a Hallmark movie.
And so I'm biased by this opinion because I grew up going to Disney World and going to the Haunted Mansion. So for me, I'm very biased by the movie, but the Eddie Murphy one was stupid. This one was good. This one was good. It was better, but
So if you go to McDonald's this weekend, let's say it's tomorrow, and they have a haunted house squishmallow, are you keeping it or are you giving it to Mark? I think I froze her up. I think my squishmallow question froze Katie up. That'll be fun. Yes, yeah. So well, that'll be fun. Oh my gosh, this is. I hope that Stephen and Echo are happy with the House of Horrors tonight. I think it's been very entertaining for to say the very least. Um, yeah, we'll make sure. We'll make sure. Yeah, after your interviews for sure. Let me know. Let me. Oh, okay, Katie. No problem. Just let me. I'll stay in touch with you, Eric, and then we'll work on a time frame. Okay, so Katie's laptop died. I can't think of a better way than to hold down the House of Horrors. Oh, okay, Katie's coming back up. All right. Thank you guys for all supporting the House of Horrors. Remember, House of Horrors comes on every Saturday night between 8 and 10, not 10 and 12, 8 and 10. It is hosted by Stephen, and it is also hosted by Echo Cero. And they do interviews. Sometimes they do shows like this where we don't particularly have a guest, but those go in there and just talk movies, movie news, profiles. There's also a brand new series that Stephen has launched with him. Chat with the Flug, I think it's called, one-on-one with the Flug. And he's interviewing YouTube creators of all over the spectrum. So, and of course, like I said, Echo is a part of the Midnight Hour crew as well as doing his own Echo side and his reviews. They do this all throughout the week. So if you're not subscribed to their channels, they should drop their channel links down here. I think probably Steven's gone already. But Echo, if you're here, you could drop your link and Steven's link in the chat. If you're not subscribed to them, please do so. Those who have made it this far on the replay, please consider following and subbing to Echo and Steven. They do a great job on the show every Saturday from 8 to 10. And there's Katie's link as well. Please go over there and follow Katie. If you're not friends with Katie, you should be friends with Katie so you can stay abreast on the latest beatdown that she gives Mark on Madden. All right. As far as now she's got me curious about this, man. I don't know. I did the same thing. I mean, I know a lot of people do that now. It seems like to be happening more and more, which I think is really cool. And that is to to keep your list of your movies together, to on Letterboxd. I did that too. I did that too last year. I kept a running list of the movies I watched last year. I watched 145 movies last
I
year.
did the same thing.
And they're all in order of me watching them. So like
Mine too.
some of the highlights for me were Clay Zombies, Martyrs, um, I Trapped the Devil. Let's see, the Maniac remake. I watched a movie that Echo gave me. Echoes gave me a movie called Chinese Speaking Vampires. I watched that. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Casey, I'll get it for you in 1 second.
Let's see. Wow, I'm just looking at my list right here. It's pretty stacked. I have to sit there and say I watched Conager. I watched Amityville in Space. Let's see. Of course, I watched Swallow. That made my top 20 list.
I need to
Space
do
Wars.
a top 20 listed last year.
Oh yeah, gosh, I had so much fun with that last year. Space Wars, A Quest for the Deep Star, super fun. I even watched and reviewed The Shining. I brought that back into play. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the list that I brought to the party. I dare say I would match up my list with just about anybody's as far as innovative and original.
Casey's
Uh,
saying you have a new letterbox, and I'm gonna put it in the chat for him.
yeah, I couldn't get the old one back, so I do have a new one. I'm still working on recovering what I had on the old one and transferring movies from the old one to the new one. But yeah, I did start a new one. And I already,
There
like I
you
said,
go, Casey.
I already got three movies watched. I'm going to be watching a couple of more tomorrow. I'm going to be rewatching.
I see you changed the thing to a popcorn.
Huh?
I seen you change the picture to a popcorn
Which picture?
on your letterbox, the new one.
Did it change?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, that's right.
changed to
Yeah. Wow.
popcorn.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's a story behind that too. I didn't even know they did that to me. Wow. I didn't even know they did that. Okay. That's
Surprise.
interesting. Yeah. So no, what was funny about that was they had a contest years ago on Instagram, I think it was, and they were giving away a popcorn pop secret were giving away a popcorn and a digital code, and I couldn't win the digital code because I didn't I don't do digital, and so I won. And they said, oh, and I said, well, we don't do. I said, is there any way? Is there any possible I could get a hard copy of the movie since I can't do digital, and I said, if you can't, I understand that, and I'll be happy with just the popcorn, just to get the popcorn. And they wrote me back. They said, you know what? By all means, we'll be happy to send you a hard copy. And so that's what they did. They went and got me a hard copy of Lord of the Rings, one of the Lord of the Rings movies. So I won popcorn and a Lord of the Rings movie from Pop Secret, and that's where that picture came from. I sent it to him. Oh, that's so weird how that ended up there. Let's see. Let's see. Timothy's mentioning that Patrick, after watching your worst list, I thought I bought a movie once. I bought a movie once. It was a discount bottom shelf 99-cent movie called Space Rage. I think it was 1988. The premise sounded great, but oh my god, it was brutal. No doubt. That's what I'm saying.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, 1988. I don't mind blind buying. I don't. I will say that if Dollar Tree gets back to doing movies, that'll be awesome. I'll be really happy with that. But I also know too, going in, that I will not be quite so heavy into blind buying. Um, I will be more selective of what I'm getting. But yeah, I mean, I love blind buying. I mean, I think pretty much 75% of the community does blind buying sometimes.
Well, you know that movie that Bones sent me. I've never seen that. That's a blind movie.
Yeah, I'd never even seen that one either, Katie. I don't. I'd like to know where. I know he's not here with us right now, but I would love to know where he got that from. I have never seen.
And then the ones that Hobbs got me, the 25 monster movies. I've never seen any of those or whatever either.
Now those are multi-packs. I've seen multi-packs before. In fact, Bones and Casey have actually, and also Hobbs. They've all sent me multi-packs. Anytime where it's two or more movies, I've gotten those. Bones sent me one with all the Gamera movies on it, and Casey sent me one as well.
Like this one says snow beast, creature from the haunted sea, beast from the haunted cave, beast from Yama Flats. I don't know. The mad monster, the giant something. I don't know. But Ring of the Zombies.
Let's see.
Or King of the Zombies. Sorry, King of the Zombies.
Let's see. Casey says he just bought 3 Vinegar Syndromes. Couldn't find them to watch anywhere else. Or I
The
think they
Monster Maker,
see they're all
Lady
actually partnered.
Frankenstein. There's so many movies on here.
Yeah, those are all public domain movies. You know, like a lot of those multi-pack collections, like from Mill Creek or Echo Bridge, they're all public domain movies. But you know what? How many? I mean, as long as the only thing I worry about when I blind buy those is the quality of the transfer. I mean, sometimes Mill
Right.
Creek is really terrible. I mean, they just rip it and throw it out there.
One
It's
of
like,
these says Bride of God of Gorilla. Bride of Gorilla.
oh God, God.
I have no clue.
But you know what? But you know what though? You get an idea what they're about because, like I said, like Hobbs has probably reviewed all those movies on that multi pack, and Jason and Joe the Horror Man, they're also big proponents of multi pack mania.
Mm-hmm.
Space
Maybe
Rage about prison work camp on a different planet called Earth because Earth was full. A retiring prison guard has nightmares about the cons killing him. God, that sounds really awful.
yeah, it does.
It sounds really awful. Um, what do you think was the most unusual movie you watched last year?
I don't know.
I think the one that surprised me the most. Uh, there's 2 right off the bat that really got me as far as my viewing goes, and that was I thought Martyrs for sure.
Yeah,
I thought
Martyrs was really interesting.
Martyrs was really good. And then I watched for my week at Halloween. Well, we watched The Den with the horror with Haas. He picked that out
Mm-hmm.
for our IFC show, and then I did my Halloween, my 31 Days of Halloween, and then that movie connected. Not in reality, but they could have. And then I watched Beyond Vengeance, and then I watched Christie, and all 3 of
Mm-hmm.
those movies, all they could have been a trilogy. They could have been a
Oh,
trilogy.
you know what movie got me was The Puppet Master. I did not like that one.
You didn't like which one?
The first one, I didn't like it.
Oh, the second one is good.
So I will not be watching no more Puppet Masters. Nope. No, thank you.
Oh, the second one's good.
Nope.
Oh, and the first one actually, the first one was actually it was pretty starstruck. It had a lot of stars in it. It had Paul Lamette was on there from American Graffiti, and it had Irene Miracle on from Midnight Express.
Nope.
Uh,
I did not like The Leeches. I'm not watching that. Nope. You
no-
can't make me watch any of those.
what about the dynamic toys?
I haven't seen it.
You got to watch that.
If they have anything to do with leeches like the other ones, nope, I'm not watching it.
So Attack of the Giant Leeches is out then.
Yep. Nope.
Okay. Let's see. And Timothy says he still owns the Space Rage movie. Well, that's really cool. That's actually pretty cool. You held on to it.
You know me, I don't like body horror, so you know that, and I didn't even know going into it that the Puppet Master was going to be like that.
It wasn't really body horror. It's just it's just small midgets that were out for justice.
Nope,
Uh,
I'm not watching it. Leech Woman isn't in all of them, but I'm sure which one she's definitely in the second one though. Yeah, I'm not. Nope, I'm not watching the leeches. Nope. No, thank you.
Yeah, Leash Woman was pretty cool. Oh well, I'm sorry. Well, maybe you could watch Doll Man with Timothy Thomerson.
I never
Doll Man
seen
was
that.
pretty good. Yeah, Doll Man's pretty good. That the very first one, it had Tim Thomerson and Helen Hunt in it.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, they. Let's see. And of course, you already
And
know.
I did.
Go ahead.
You know what I did? I did a watch party for Puppet Master. So if you guys want to go watch me be like grossed by it, go watch it. It's on my channel.
Who watched it with you?
Dawn watched it from Night Owl Movie Talk. So my bro.
I should have known that.
And who else was with us? Somebody else
Yeah.
was with us, but I can't remember who else was with us. Oh yeah, Larry, the horror cat dad. He was with us.
Okay. Oh my gosh. See, what else did we watch? See, the most popular movie that we watched on the Midnight Society, we watched that. That was Flashpoint. That was a lot of fun. I watched some Elvis movies, including Change of
Demonic
Habit, including this last one called Change of Habit. That was a drama that he did. That was pretty good.
Timothy saying demonic toys sounds interesting.
Oh, Demonic Toys is cool as hell.
Nope.
Yeah.
If there's leeches or anything like that in it, nope, I'm not
No,
watching it.
no leeches and Demonic Toys. I promise. Let's see.
Patrick, if there is, kick your butt.
Fire at the Madden. I watched Even Lambs Have Teeth. That's another movie that should have made my top 20, but I watched so many good movies this year. I couldn't fit it into my top 20. But Even
Right.
Lambs Have Teeth was really good, a lot of fun as well. Um, and then 400 Days. Watch that. See Jackie Chan. Watched a Jackie Chan movie. That was all right. I watched a public domain movie called Monstrosity. Actually, me and Hobbs ended up. I think we ended up watching it. I'm not sure if I reviewed it or not. Oh, I did. I reviewed it for Halloween. See what
Uh,
else? What else?
Timothy saying demonic toys sounds interesting.
It is interesting. It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Nightmare Cinema. That was fun. I watched Carousel 3. Um, man, I really wanted to like that movie, but I thought it was the weakest of the three, quite
Oh
honestly.
yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't seen the Carousel movies.
yeah. The first one's the best one by far. I thought the third one. I thought the third one was all right. I thought
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't. It just didn't grab me by the same way like the first one did.
Right.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
let's see.
Casey, happy birthday the other day. Sorry I got to your stream late that day.
I know I totally missed it too. I
I got in
totally.
there and he was leaving. Hey Larry. Speaking of Larry, he's in the chat.
Oh, hey Larry, how are you?
Um oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I only made it for like the last like I don't even know like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here in about. We'll wrap it up about 2 or 3 minutes here. Um,
Yeah, I have to stay up to watch that movie.
you won't
Or
make it.
maybe I'll just
Oh,
pop it on in the morning. We'll see.
okay. Let's see. Timothy says I did hear they're making a sequel to Demonic Toys called Squishmallows. Hell yeah, I'd love to see Demonic Toys versus Squishmallows.
Right?
That would be a badass movie. Someone's gonna come up with a possessed Squishmallow movie. Look, if they're doing Winnie the Pooh and Mickey Mouse,
Right.
someone's gonna
I should tell Jake you should make Squishmallow zombies or something.
Clay Squishmallow.
Yeah.
Touch the mellow, have a bad day again.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming up on your channel, real quick, Katie? You got anything you want to shout out before we get out of here?
Tomorrow night, if you guys want to come hang out, K&K Reviews, my good friend Kyle and I are reviewing Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. If you guys want to come check that out, I think it's going to be around like 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If y'all want to come hang out, I got to make the thumbnail tomorrow for it.
Mhm.
And then I'll also be back on with Patrick at 3 o'clock tomorrow to talk about the Hallmark movie on Patrick's channel. And
Yay!
then I'll have, huh?
Yay! We're
And then
watching
I'll
Mismatched.
Yeah, and then I'll probably have some reviews coming up here soon because I did get some from Baby U Entertainment that I have to review. So if you guys haven't checked out Baby U Entertainment, go check them out because they're amazing. They're independent films, so go check those out.
Yeah. Well, Katie said I got tomorrow. We got a double header here on the channel. 3 o'clock. Me and Katie are covering Mismatched. With Alexis Pena Vega, who you might not remember. You might remember her from the Spy Kids series, but she's all grown up. She's a Hallmark star. So that'll be at 3 o'clock, and then at 8 o'clock, we're back with our first IFC Midnight Show of the year. Mary Wilson will be hosting it. She picked out Our House to Watch. So this is a fantastic movie. This is Mary picks out really good movies. They all do. All the IFC Midnighters, they all pick out great movies to watch. And this is one of my favorites. So I was very excited when she picked that out. And we'll be here at 8 o'clock for that. And then right after we're done at 8 o'clock, you can slide on over to Katie's and watch Katie and Kyle chop up Nightmare on Elm Street. This week on the show, I got to shout out the show. Thank you, Stephen, for letting me do this. Shout out to Stephen and Echo. So on the 9th of January, we have actress Heather Fraley will be with us at 8 o'clock. On the 10th of January, we have Grace Juliana will be with us at 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock. On the 11th, we have our friend Dell will be here. And he will be here, and we'll be talking movies with him on the 11th at 8 o'clock. And then on the 12th, I'll be joined by special co-host, The Bat. That's right. The mighty Al Ducard will be joining me on the 12th as we talk with Ray Murray from Cinephobia Releasing. Me and Al, we both picked out for our number one movies of the year last year. We both went with Brightwood. So that should tell you something right there. Brightwood is his number one movie last year. It was my number one movie as well. It's on Tubi right now for free. You can go over there and check that out. And Ray will be here on the 12th, and then on the 13th at 3 p.m. I have a matinee show with Miss Elizabeth Chamberlain. That's right. I had to move it yet again, kids. We're moving it to 3 o'clock on Saturday, the 13th. So that's what's coming up on my channel. Dollar Tree Theater drops on Monday. We're covering Justice League New Frontiers. That's it. That's all I got. I want to thank Julia. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I just put the link to Steven's channel down there.
Yes, we definitely yes, we should do that. Steven, drop the link to your channel. Plus, I'm gonna put down everybody's information down in the description box down below. Echo, Steven, Katie, and if you haven't followed them yet, please do so. Go by. If you are following them, go by, still drop a comment on one of their videos. That'll be awesome to do. They appreciate the traffic. I appreciate that you went over there and visited them. I had a lot of fun tonight. Stephen and Echo, I both hope you're feeling better by next weekend. I don't know who their guest is next weekend. I think maybe April Bradford, maybe, which is be really cool because April's a really cool chick. I'm not sure who, but whatever it is, the House of Horrors, 8 o'clock Eastern time on Saturdays, 8 to 10, every Saturday from 8 to 10. Thanks for staying out with us, staying up late with us. Go Steelers. Go Steelers. And we'll talk to you soon. Peace.